nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself? I told you about my flute, didn't I? That it vanished 2 days after I told Haldan that I wouldn't marry him. Of course I instantly realized that it was Haldan who had taken my flute, but when I confronted him, he just laughed me in the face. He said I would never see the flute again, that such a precious flute was wasted on someone like me anyway, as I was going to be a wife and not a bard. As he didn't want his future wife to play music, he had simply sold my flute to a weird Skyrim Khajiit bard. He said he was entitled to do this, being my fiancé and all. I wanted to take off for Skyrim immediately, trying to track down that Khajiit bard. But then something unexpected happened. My grandma got ill. Of course she was more important to me than any flute in the world. We realized that she didn't have many days left, and I wanted to be at her side. The last day of her life, she gave me a bottle. Yes, you know which bottle I mean. And asked me to bring it to Skyrim. You see, she had inherited this bottle from her own grandmother, and she had always thought that she would bring it to Skyrim herself. But marriage and children came in between for her, and she never had the opportunity to leave Solstheim. Now she felt guilty over this. She was so relieved when I promised her that I would fulfill her own promise. So here I am, with 2 missions. To keep my grandmother's promise to her grandmother, and to keep a promise to myself to track down the Khajiit bard and retrieve my flute. Yes, that would be wonderful, of course. Ever since I arrived in Skyrim, I have been asking around among bards I have met, but no one has seen a Khajiit with a Cyrodiil dogwood flute. We should continue to ask around. Maybe we could ask the innkeepers if he has been seen. And maybe it would also be a good idea to ask Khajiits in general. Maybe he has relatives somewhere. If you would help me with this, it would be tremendous. Oh, if I only had my flute, I would be happy to play for you as often as you wish. Anytime.
Come with me.
Now I'm going to get you.
helmet. Good day. Oh, really? What is it, Guildmaster? Oh my, that is quite amazing. I'll start making arrangements immediately and rally the crew. We'll meet you there in a few days.
Master?
Yes?
Speak to one of the others if you wish to buy something.
There. Of course, Dromaj knows Racine and his magic flute. Racine is Dromaj's second cousin. Yes, Racine has played the magic flute for us. But Racine needs to work on warm sand, not cold ice. Racine wanted a warmer earth than ours. Sarah, Racine cannot be found here anymore. Search for my second cousin, Rifta. That is where his feet wanted to wander.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat. Hey, Talon, get off your lazy
Greetings.
and take care of the customer.
Oh yes, Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made of Cyrodiil dogwood and is very precious. Will Sarah listen to the flute? It is my pleasure.
You want a drink? Safe travels, Landstrider.
Oh yes, Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made... Sarah? It is my flute. I have bought it in Solstheim from a fine Nordman. I have paid for it with my own money. Well, almost. So, how can anyone say that the flute does not belong to Racine? Sarah? It cannot be true. The man looked very honorable. Ah, it is true, isn't it? Racine has been fooled. Yes, Racine could feel that in his bones. The flute does not belong to Racine. Therefore, it will not play the way Racine wants it to play. So, tell me, who is the owner of the flute? Ah, it belongs to your friend. Yes, Racine can feel that this is a girl's flute, not a man's flute. And Racine is a gentleman who wouldn't want to upset a pretty girl or her grandmother. Well, that is not possible. A bard needs to have a flute to play, and Racine hasn't got another flute. There was a flute, but it is gone. Oh, it is a sad, sad tale. Racine should have listened to his mother, who always said gambling is bad. But Racine didn't listen. Racine wanted to play put a tail on a donkey with a little wooden fellow and his big nose friend. And Racine lost. Racine had no money, so instead Racine gambled with the old flute. It now belongs to the little wooden fellow.
Rava, we're running low on Blackbriar Mead.
If only Maven would stop
No,
raising the price.
no,
a bit,
that wouldn't
maybe I
do.
could afford to stop
Racine
purchases.
wants his
We can
old
always look for
flute.
another brand.
That isn't an option. Maven sees me serve a competitor's brand here, and we may as well dig our own graves.
Oh, but Racine didn't.
You've been
Racine
in
had
Riften
no
for quite
money.
some time now, Lady Mule.
Ooh,
I fear that
then
you soon
Racine
may
will be
leave us.
very happy.
Riften has problems of its own.
Then
Now
Racine
is
no
not the
longer
time for
needs the
exploration
new
and
flute.
discovery.
I'm
Then
relieved to hear you say
you
that.
may buy
If you
it,
were to leave, I'd miss you terribly.
because
Eren, I
Racine
owe
has
you my
paid
life.
for it.
It would take a threat
Racine
to all of
didn't know it
Skyrim
was
for me to
stolen.
depart.
Sarah,
I'm telling
Racine has
you,
paid
it's an
500
investment you've been
gold
waiting
for the flute.
So I pay for the weapon shipments, and you oversee
Sarah,
their distribution
that
to the
is
store
very
folks?
kind.
Exactly.
Racine's
What
old
better way
flute
to help the cause
is a
than to
very
put
good
weapons into
flute.
the hands of young Nord
You
warriors
must then
dying
find
for
the
their
little
own.
wooden fellow and his big Nord friend.
I'll do it.
They
provided
said
you
we're
supervise
going
the
to
shipments
Riverwood.
personally.
You might
Don't
want to ask
worry.
around there,
I'll treat those shipments
where
as
you
if I
walk
owned them
on
myself.
warm sand.
Kirava, we're running low on Blackbriar Mead.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat. Get the cold out.
Good to see you.
Hello, friend. You're still alive. Glad you're here.
Yes? What do you want? Why are you asking? There ain't no law against playing put a tail on a donkey, as far as I know. Yeah, I did win a flute from a Kate bard down in Riften. Funny, isn't it, that someone who is born with a tail cannot play it correctly on a donkey? Well, I'm always interested in a good deal. However, in this case, I cannot help you. I have already sold the flute. There's no point in keeping it, since I'm not a bard, and I have no idea how to play it. Well, I sold it to another bard, some Redguard fellow. I believe he was heading for Dawnstorm. If you find him, he might let you buy it. But you better hurry up. I think he was planning to leave Skyrim. He seemed to like the climate much. Can't blame him. Look, before you leave, maybe you should have a word with my friend here. He has, shall we say, a constantly growing problem related to you. Bye.
Greetings. If you are here to listen to my music, I have to disappoint you. I cannot play, as I've lost my music instruments. On my way to Dawnstar, I was attacked by bandits. They knocked me down and grabbed everything I owned. Yes, they even took my precious lute, the best music instrument I've ever played. I think the bandits might be part of the pack that infests Fort Felhammer. But when I regained consciousness, it was pitch dark and I had no weapon. I don't care about the money or the flute. If I could just get my precious lute back, I would be so happy.
It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware,
Would you do that? That would be amazing. Tell you what, if you just bring me the loot, you can keep everything else. Yes, I will even try to find a way to reward you, although I have, as you know, lost all my money.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? I have met Wilbert before, on the boat to Dawnstar, but maybe he was too worried to recognize me. Let me tell you about it. As I told you, I left Solstheim soon after my grandmother had passed away. I took a ship from Raven Rock to Dawnstar. On the ship I met some nice bards, a storyteller, and a red god who was fantastic at playing the lute. He promised he would give me lessons, but, well, to tell the truth, I'm the worst landlubber ever, and very soon I got really seasick. I spent most of my time at sea with my head very close to a bucket. It wasn't very pleasant. And I, who always used to dream about being a sailor. When we arrived in Dawnstar, the bards just disappeared. Well, to be honest, first we spent an evening at the inn, where we had quite a few beer. I think I taught them how to dance on the table the way we do in Solstheim, but I'm not sure. I'm afraid I can't remember that part so well. Anyway, when I woke up the morning after, they were gone, and the innkeeper seemed to think that it would be a good idea if I left as well. To be honest, sometimes I don't understand the Skyrim Nords. They never seem to dance on the tables or have any fun at all. No wonder they all look so depressed and bitter. You should see the folks back home after a schnapps or four. They really know how to dance on a table. Well, I can play a little, but I don't own a lute. Maybe if one day I could afford to buy one, but I still would need lessons. Tell you what, once we have found Wilbert's instruments, maybe he will recognize me and remember his promise to teach me how to play the lute. I have met Wilbert before. He is the red god bard I met on the boat to Dawnstar, the one who promised to teach me how to play a lute. No, apparently not. Maybe he was too preoccupied with his worries over the lost music instruments. Or maybe it was because I spent most of the time on the ship being seasick. Well, we did spend an evening together here at Dawnstar as well, but to tell the truth, he was drunk and slept on the table most of the time. You know what? Once we have found his instruments, maybe he will recognize me. Shall we continue? My sword! Ah!
Like an old woman.
You leave him alone!
So much easier to wrong when you're dead.
Come on. Leave my friend alone, bastard! Oh. I'm gonna That was tough. Oh, I must have... Ouch! Oh. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh. Uh-oh. That's a bandit. I thought I heard footsteps.
Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
I'm gonna You are as good as a bitch. You don't scare me. We are a good team. Don't you think so? Have you got both the flute and the lute? Great! So, where should we go first? To Wilbert in Dawnstar or to Ratsen in Riften? Hi there!
See to get the cold out.
Greetings. If you're... You have? Is it true? You have really tracked down those bandits for me? Fantastic. I hope my precious loot hasn't been damaged in any way. May I have it, please? Ah, yes. Vilja. I recognize her now. I met her on the boat to Skyrim, but she is the worst landlubber I've ever seen. She spent most of the time with her head very close to a bucket. On the other hand, when we arrived to Dawnstar, she really celebrated. That girl surely knows how to dance on a table. I know I promised to teach her how to play the lute, but as she was so seasick, I never got around to it. As you have been so kind and brought back my loot, I think I know a suitable reward. Well, rather for Vilja than for you, actually. If Vilja is to learn how to play a lute, she needs a good lute. Now, my young friend Sindra is currently staying at the Bard's College in Solitude. She has a decent lute that belongs to me, but I have just received a letter from her. She has bought herself a better lute and doesn't need it anymore. Here, take her letter. Show it to her and ask her to give you the lute. Vilja can have it. Then you and Vilja can come back to me and I'll teach her a little. Absolutely. I've been looking forward to that. Vilja, it's so great to see you. I must say you look a lot healthier now than on the ship.
Oh, Wilbert, it's so great to see you too. And you look a lot healthier than last time too. Tell me, did you really get a good sleep under that table?
With you dancing on the very same table? You must be kidding.
Maybe we should do it some other time again? Although I don't think the innkeeper would like it much.
Yes, maybe some other time. But first you and your friend should go to Solitude and meet my friend Sindra. She has a lute for you, you see.
A lute? For me? Oh, Wilbert, is this true? Oh, I'm so happy.
It's absolutely true. And once you have the lute, I'll be happy to teach you a few tricks. How does that sound?
Oh, Wilbert.
So, we'll meet again, my friend. Until then, safe travels.
See you soon again, my friend.
Welcome back.
I'm so
It's
happy
always
for the
a
lute.
pleasure to see
I'm so
you.
happy that Wilbert wants to give me lessons, but I really want to get my flute back first. So, where are we going now?
There's the man himself.
Hello, friend.
Can I help you? Oh, you know Wilbert. He's great. And I do have a lute that belongs to him, but I don't use it anymore. I have bought myself a new one. No problem. As I said, I have a lute already. You have a letter for me to prove that it's alright? Fine. Then, here is the lute. I hope you will have much fun playing it. Talk later.
You have the lute. Wonderful. Give it to me, please. Shall we continue?
Yes. Yes.
Welcome back. It's always a pleasure to see you.
I'm so happy for the loot. I'm so happy that Wilbert wants to give me lessons, but I really want to get my flute back first. So, where are we going?
Enough!
Now I'm gonna get you.
Please, someone do something!
You're as good as dead.
Do you want something? Sarah, Racine is so happy. But Racine is also sad.
Helga.
Why? Because Racine no longer has Gesuri dogwood flute. Racine has had a visitor. The big Nord from Solstein
Is it
has
really
visited.
me, or is it your wife? You
And
need
he
to make a
swore
choice, Bully.
that if
The honey
Racine
or her.
didn't give him the flute, then,
Why don't they listen to me, Kirava?
yes,
Why won't they do as I say?
then Racine would never walk on warm sands
How should I know?
again.
They always try to take advantage of me. Give them an inch and they'll
To
take
say
a mile.
such a thing to a
I'll
Khajiit
tell you one thing.
is
If
evil.
you don't make peace with them soon, you may get a
Racine
walk out on your
was,
hands. Then we'll both be in
scared.
trouble.
So, Racine gave
Taylor.
the flute
Another round.
to the evil
I
Nord.
think you've had plenty, Volwolf. Maybe you should head on home.
The flute first,
Stupid lizard.
please.
I said, give me some
Racine
more
will
drink,
tell you everything.
or I'll have your head on a bike.
Suit yourself.
Percy still refuses to cooperate. What did you want to do?
I've known
Thank you
Percy a
very
long time.
much.
Even before he opened
Now,
the other sheep he calls a shop.
Racine
Give
will
him
tell
one
you
more
everything
thing to think about.
about the Nord.
And if he still refuses?
Then
The
he
Nord
comes to his
was
own
going
and
to the
the
temple
heart.
in Riften. He said
Drink
he
up,
was
my
planning
boy.
his marriage.
Drink to those who have
He
fallen.
said he would
May
marry
their souls
a
find
wild
their
cat,
way to Sovngarde.
a bit
Take
odd.
it easy, father. You're making a scene.
Racine can
I'll
think
rest
of
easy
any
when we've
Khajiit
driven
ladies
every
who
last
will want to
Imperial
marry
pig back
someone
across
who
the
hasn't got
Gerald
real
Mountains.
whiskers.
Now do me the honor I
Walk
deserve as your
warm
father,
sand.
and drink up!
Yes.
I want to speak to that scum. I can't believe I just heard that. Haldan has taken the flute and is at the temple planning a wedding ceremony.
Greetings, honored
I
friend.
think I can guess who the bride is supposed to be. What a scumbag!
If you don't make peace with them
Please,
soon, you may get a walk out
come
on
with
your
me to the
hands.
temple.
Then we'll both be
I'm not afraid of Haldan, but I don't want to meet him alone.
So, Helen, have you reconsidered my offer?
Sorry, I mean, I've no interest in be-
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
Twice. Now I want it back.
Calm down. I have one told. I will give it to you once we are married.
Married. You and I. You really are insane, aren't you? I wouldn't marry you if you were the last man in Tamriel. Give me my flute, will you?
Haha, I love it when you're playing hard to catch. Look, the server is already planned. The only thing you need to do is to say yes.
You really don't take no for an answer, do you? Halvdan, don't you understand? I don't love you. I don't even like you. My time here in Skyrim has made me more convinced than ever that you are wrong for me. But I'm looking for something else.
And what would that be?
Halvdan, I don't think you will ever understand what loving and caring really is about. It's about helping each other, supporting each other. It's about giving without expecting something in return. And to know that you can completely trust someone. And that you wouldn't ever want to let this someone down.
Ha! Such nonsense.
Dear Halvdan, I doubt you have ever experienced this kind of affection, and I doubt that you ever will. It's called friendship, you see, and I doubt there's a room for any such thing in your heart.
And, of course, you know all about this. You have found that precious friendship here, in Skyrim.
Yes. Yes, I think so. I hope so.
Aha! So, you are Vilja's, you precious friend. Come over here. I want to have a word with you. Now. So, you are Vilja's precious friend, huh? Now, ain't that sweet? She's dear to you. And what does that mean exactly? Are you in love with her, or what? What a joke. Why on earth would you want you when you could have me? Just look at yourself. Pathetic. Now you call yourself an adventurer. Vilja loves me. She's just playing hard to catch. That's all. And right now, I seriously cannot understand what is wrong with her. She ought to be the happiest girl in the world. And yet she is moaning. Oh, I'm sure she does. And she'll get it back once we are married. Or are you intending to play the hero and fight me to bring it back to her? I don't want to discuss this at all while Vilja's around. But if you meet me here alone after midnight, we'll talk it over.
So, tell me what happened. What did Halvdan say to you? You mean I cannot come with you? Oh, I hope you know what you're doing. He's a dangerous bastard. Please be careful. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Well, you know when it's time for us to separate. Just show me where you want me to wait for you. Goodbye.
So, you dare to show up after all, huh? Alright, let's talk about that flute, shall we? Oh, I'm sure she does. And she'll get it back once we are married. Or are you intending to play the hero and fight me to bring it back to her? That would be quite ridiculous. Just look at yourself. And take a look at me. Oh, I'm very reasonable. But you hardly expect me to give you the flute for free, do you? I'm not that stupid. Friendly? Yeah, call it that if you like it. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I'll just break every bone in your body. I'll even give you a moment to prepare before the fight. Just tell me when you're ready. Right. Now, this will be fun. Come on, weakling. This should be... Right. Right. I can't believe it. I've been beaten. And it hurts. This is embarrassing. What if the people back home knew? They would laugh at me. You promise? Here, take the flute. And now, leave me alone. Ouch! It really hurts. Why did you hit so hard? Lunatic!
What have you got there? Could it be? Oh, it is my flute! How can I ever thank you? Shall we continue? Yes? Shall...
Dragonborn, it's an honor. Hmm?
Yes?
Welcome back. It's always a pleasure to see you. Oh, I'll be happy to. Let me have a word with her. Vilja, great to see you again. You got the loot from Sindra?
Oh yes, I have the loot. Now I just need to learn how to play.
I'm sure that won't be any problem. But first, let me look at you. What happened to you, girl? You look absolutely stunning.
Well, I'm happy, that's all. I've got a loot, I've got my flute back, and
And? Let me guess. You have met someone?
yes, in a way.
Yes, I can see that by the way you look at your friend. You could probably melt all the snow in Skyrim just by looking at it the same way.
Don't be silly. We are just friends.
Oh, I never implied anything else. Dear Vilja, You are welcome to look at me the same way anytime you wish.
Oh, Wilbert, you are so funny. But let's be serious now. Can you show me how to play the lute?
Absolutely. You have got the lute, right? Then play something for me. That's enough. Yes, you really could do with a few lessons. And I think you need a book to learn from, too.
I thought you would say that.
You know, maybe your friend could get us that book while we are practicing. I'm sure Sindra has an extra copy at the Bard's College.
Alright, I'll ask. Wilbur thinks I need to practice quite a bit in order to get better at lute playing, and I need a book. Wilbert says that Sindra at the Bard's College might have a book on lute playing that I could use. Would you mind picking it up for me? Then at least you won't have to listen to my pathetic try to play the lute meanwhile. I'm really looking forward to practicing lute playing for a bit. Oh, I do hope that Sindra will give you that book on lute playing that I need.
Yes.
Hey there.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me
Pardon
short.
me, but I trust you've been working on your poem on the class.
Do you like my music? Yes, I have an extra copy of that book. As it is Wilbert who is asking. Of course you can have it. Goodbye.
got warm food, warm drinks, warm beds.
Welcome back. It's always
Did you have any
pleasure to
luck
see
finding
you.
the book on loot playing? Oh, you have the book. Great. And tell you what, Wilbert is quite surprised over how well I've learned to handle the loot already. Would you like to listen? As you wish.
Let's drink on the beautiful ladies of Skyrim. Da, 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 da.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute? Wilbert thinks I'm actually good enough to perform in front of an audience. I don't know. I'm not too sure myself. What do you think?
There once was a maiden called Vilja.
You
the
think
able
so?
Who cheered,
Well,
celebrated,
maybe you're
and
right.
danced on the
Tell you what,
table.
when we are in an inn and you think the time is right, just ask me and I play something. Oh, how sweet of you. Oh, it's all right. Shall we continue? Hi there. Yes?
I'm in such need for a bottle of me.
If you say so. What's on your mind, friend? Would you like that? As my presence didn't seem to be very appreciated by the Dawnstar innkeeper, I left pretty soon. I didn't have a clue about where to look for the Eldergleam sanctuary, so instead I headed for Solitude, thinking that the Khajiit Bard might be there. Solitude is quite amazing, isn't it? And the Bard's College. Oh, I would love to spend some more time there. Unfortunately, the Khajiit Bard with my flute hadn't been seen there. I wonder if he is a real bard at all. I couldn't find anyone who knew about Eldergleam's sanctuary either, and I was pretty broke. So I started to ask around for work. First I went to the Radiant Raiment, but the elf ladies there didn't seem to like the way I look. They said that I had no use for a countryside girl like me. Bah! Snobbish Altmers, as if their dresses were that pretty. Then I went to the Fletcher. Did I ever tell you that I'm quite good at fletching? I can make arrows for you if you wish. I only need some firewood and ingot, and a workbench of course. Unfortunately, I didn't have any luck at the Fletchers. They had just hired a new guy, you see, so they hadn't got any use for me. So instead I got work as a barmaid at a winking skeever. I quite liked it there. Minette, the daughter, is such a fun girl. She reminds me of my youngest sister back home. Look, I do enjoy talking, but maybe we should take a break now. I guess we have other things to do as well. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? I think Njala Stornam has a sense of humor after all. I did hear her laugh when she heard that you would be the new Harbinger. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? Do you think you can sit down in front of the fire? Yes. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss?
There once was a maiden called Vilja, the able who cheered,
Vilja.
celebrated,
I
and
pronounce it
danced on
Vilja.
the table.
What's on your mind, friend? If you want me to, I could read a book for you. Tell me, what do you want? I can understand that you're getting impatient by now, but I promise I'm as good as finished with my list of ingredients. What's on your mind, friend? Well, if you have a sweet roll maybe, or an apple, or something for me to drink. Oh, it's all right. Of course. Yes? Shall we continue?
Been lots of people coming and going through that creepy black door. And noises.
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I? What would you rather be? An innkeeper, a smith, or a shepherd? Yes, that might be nice. Now, there's absolutely no need for you to point out that you are obviously already practicing your leadership on me. Shall we continue? You know, the best defense isn't a good armor. It's a good, strong weapon. Tell me honestly, how do you like my singing? I mean, am I at risk to end up on the Dark Brotherhood's death list like all over?
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days.
Hi there. You know, since you and I started to travel together, I have discovered something. I'm actually quite a good fighter. Don't you think so too? Oh, how sweet of you. Oh, I like that. Give it to me, please. There's nothing like a good drink when one is thirsty. Ah, this is so relaxing. Thank you. Hey, while we are here, why don't we dance a little? I can show you how we do it in Solstheim. Just watch this. This is actually quite fun. There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who can ride into Whiterun from Old Rorik's stead. Why don't you join me? It's fun, I swear. Beware, beware, the Dragonborn comes, for the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. This is fun, isn't it? There once was a house called Lydia the Fair, who always was eating and sitting on a chair. Ah, this is so relaxing. Dearest friend, I'm so happy that you are here. Shall we continue? How may I help you? What a lovely idea. You are so quiet. I hope you aren't mad at me or something. Of course. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss? Not now. Maybe later. So, where are we going now? You know, sometimes it really irritates me that you are always deciding where we are going. I think it's my turn to lead the way for a change. Now this will be fun.
Thanks again for helping reopen the East Empire Company. Gonna have them import me some of that aged Breton cheese. I think it's very fair that I decide where we are going for a change. Don't look at me like that. I know exactly where we are going.
think it's very fair that I decide where we are going for change. Don't look at me like that. I know exactly where we are going. Don't look at me like that. I know exactly where we are going.